Tracking is the process of getting your program to follow features in an image sequence. So that, for instance, I have this very nice thing here with a Christmas tree, and as you can see, it's a camera pan. There's a green screen in the background. So the idea is that we will put it in some nice location, like maybe this or maybe this. Who knows? We'll take a look at it. This image here is a little special. First of all, as you can see, it is 1280 by 1080. And that is not really a format that is used. The reason is that it is anamorphic, so we will need to reformat it to work. We can choose to do our tracking and stuff first, or we can choose to do it later. I think I'll reformat it first, so I go to Transform, choose Reformat, and the format I want to use is HD. So you can see, as I change it to HD and I say distort, it will fit in the box, and you can also see that suddenly everything seems to be making more sense scale wise. So you can see this looks more right than this, right? So although it looks like it's crunching it, what it's actually doing is stretching it. It is a common thing that cameras will use anamorphic recording. It's something that comes from the film industry, where there used to be like 35 millimeter video or film, and you will record on it, and you'll have like this 4:3. But if you want a wider screen, you needed to like do something, and some people would do. Actually, I should probably draw this. So we have this. We have this 35 millimeter film here. You know, you all saw it somewhere. So it would look like this. So it would be approximately 4:3. So if you wanted a widescreen like VistaVision or Cinescope or whatever, then there was a couple of different ways to do it. You could either like only record a picture in here, so like frame the camera, or just frame the projection of it. The bad thing about this is that there's a lot of expensive film that is going to waste, and you really don't get the quality out of it, because there's only so many, so much resolution in the film. So if you use less of it, the image will get more blurry. So somebody came up with the idea that they would mount a lens on the camera. So it would be something like a lens looking sort of like this. And what it would do is it would like record a wider piece and then crunch it into the middle. So I don't know, some of you might remember that when they were showing westerns on Danish national television back in the day, then what's his name? Clint Eastwood he would be like this, and you could help with the thin. And that was because they would just show it directly. And then they figured out they should do letterboxing, so they started to like do it with the black lines, and then we got widescreen TV and everything. The idea here in the cinema is that you just put the same type of lens in front of the projector, and it would like project it wide again. So this line of thought has been used in the digital world as well. When you record something on a camera, if you then record it in HDV, which is a Sony format, or there are other formats as well, what it would do is when it stored the image, it wouldn't store all the pixels. It would store like only 2/3 of the pixels in the horizontal area, and then you would stretch them wider. So actually every single pixel would be like this when it was shown. And this is actually what we're seeing here. That's why it looks weird until we reformat it. So it's a common thing. And you should be careful because if you're doing things like match moving and tracking and stuff like that, if you don't have the right format, things will be weird because it will be warped. So movement in the horizontal versus the vertical will be like weird as well. So diagonal movement will be crazy and it won't make any sense. So remember to look at it and think about it. You should know like the most common formats. So HD, the small HD 720, UHD or 4K, and there's other formats. Nuke sort of has like the most important ones here, though. So 4K and etc.
What is the difference between 220p and 220p?
P is progressive and I is interlaced. If any of you have had a VHS recorder and has tried pushing the pause button, you would have seen that when things are moving, you'd get like something that looked like this. You remember this? Mm-hmm. The thing is that normal or old videos were always interlaced. The idea is that instead of showing 25 or 30 frames per second, it would show 50 half frames or 60 half frames, depending on if it was Europe or US. Yeah. The original reason for this, as far as I remember, was that when the first televisions was made back in, I don't know, when my grandfather was a young man, the technology was slow, so they couldn't make the cathode ray scan fast enough, so they made this little trick. The advantage to interlace is that you actually get like double the temporal or time resolution, because you get 50 half frames, so it's good for fast moving things. But for things like film, we expect to see whole frames, and for something like post work, it's really annoying to work with that crap, because you need to de-interlace it first, so you have two half things, and then you do double your shit, and then you have to it's just crap. So please no eye for us. But if you, for instance, are broadcasting from the Olympics where people are running fast, then interlace might be good in terms that it will show you more of the fast action in a smoother way, because you have like that frame in between that will. I'm not sure how much it means on new LCDs, because they have like super scan 600 hertz blah blah blah. So I don't know. Yep.
But what if you have more frames per second? Wouldn't it be better?
When we go to IBC, you will probably see the NHK showing off 8K at 120 FPS. That looks freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, more frames makes it look more natural. It also it sort of looks strange because you're not used to it. It's almost too real. So, but it's probably just having to get used to it. Okay, back to this. So first of all, what I'll do is I will key this, of course. So I'll key the one before it's reformatted, because there's no reason that I make the big picture bigger and then key it. I might as well key it and then make it bigger, right? That's faster. So I just go key light, look at this, there, and I'm not sure if I can make it use both green colors, but I'll try. There, and then let's see what we get. And it's sort of good. It's not bad. I want to keep the reflections of the candles and stuff, but you can see right now what I'm getting is that because the markers are bright green, they go really transparent, while the majority of the material is like darker green, so it doesn't go quite as so. I need to sort of work that out. So let's see. I'll work with the screen here to sort of narrow this in, so I'm only getting the reflection. Maybe do something like this. Is sort of good, and there's a reflection up there, and it's I think that's good. You can see that when I really crunch it like this, I'll start to get funny colors. And the reason is that the way keyers work is that they try to counteract color bleeding. So color bleeding is where when you have like a green screen especially, or blue screen, that color tends to like reflect and bleed into the other colors. And you don't want somebody running around with a green tone all over the place, except if it's in the matrix. So it will work with the complementary color, the opposite color of green, to sort of make it the right color. So what is the opposite of green? So, quick color theory. Color wheel. Red, green, blue. So what is red and blue? What is that? Magenta, yes. And red and green, what is that? That is yellow, yes. And blue and green, that is cyan. So we have RGB colors here. And we have CMY here. And because the printing is crap, you can't do black color, so you need to have an extra color, which is black. So that is just a quick thing. Okay, so we have keyed this, and let's just try and merge this with this very nice background of something. There we go. And you can see that it looks pretty okay, although everything is stretching and looking weird. That is because this one doesn't have the same format as this. I need to crop this. Just go and say crop. And this one should be 1920 by 1080. There we go. And reformat. There we go. So it looks like that. Let's just see what this is. So it's actually it's too low. So I need to figure that out to make it work. So I need to maybe scale this before I do anything. So I'll go translate, and then maybe scale this up a bit and move it up. So there we go. That looks sort of okay. Like so. So that is the first part of this. So if I just play this back, I should be seeing something. Yeah, there we go. So it's probably slightly too dark inside compared to what the outside would suggest, right? But we sort of get something. But it looks kind of odd that the outside just is sitting still. So maybe we should try the other one. Just try and plug this one in instead. Yes, and then just see. That is bigger, so I can scale it down and move it over. So there we go. Christmas time. maybe slightly smaller. There we go. And then let's see how that works. So light-wise, this works better, but it's weird that it doesn't move with the camera. So let's try and work on that. So we'll go back to this one. I'll just do a copy and a paste of the reformat because I need that. But I want the markers to be there. And then what I can do is go and grab tracker. It's in the transform menu, so I go tracker. There we go. And in here I can track stuff. So let's see. Let's add a tracker. There, let's see this one, and we add a tracker here, and maybe another one there. That's sort of okay. And I can just tweak it up here so that it looks right. Turn that off. That one, tweak it like that. Okay, so I have two trackers. I'm currently at a weird frame, so it should be interesting. So I'll just grab my trackers, both of them, and I'll track backwards. That is this key here, track to start, and it will start trying to track the point. So this is slow, so it will probably work right away. The way trackers work is that we have a inner box. There's a point in the middle which doesn't really mean a lot, and then there's a bigger box. So that was one way, and it looks like the markers are sort of stuck pretty well to those there. So I'll just go over here, the last blue one, and then I will track to end like so. The inner box here is the pattern. So whatever is in there is what it's looking for, and the outer box here is the search area. So what it does is it looks for what I have here, and then it will search for a match in the area around here. So in my case, I have something that looks like this, a very clean green versus darker green angle, and it will try to match that within the area, frame by frame. So generally what you will try to do is, for your search area, find something that has good contrast and has a shape that isn't like everywhere. Your search area will have to be big enough that it can cover the whole thing. So if you have really fast moving action, if for instance this was a very fast camera move, then I need to make the search area big enough that it can, that what I'm looking for is actually inside that box. Does that make sense? So if I have, the way I'm doing this is that this is just moving like this every frame, so it can easily find it. But if my camera was moving so fast that it would be out here, it wouldn't be able to find it. So I would have to make my search area bigger. Nuke also have something, a guided track where I'm actually like telling it on certain frames in between where it is, and then it will be able to move this search area so it can better handle fast movement. But that's just it. Okay, so I have trackers here. My tracker has calculated some movement, and what I can do here is do a transform match move, and I will click create, and it will make this thing here. The green line tells us that it is getting its information from the tracker, and the match move here I need to plug into my thing over here. There we go. So let's see what that does. So if I do this, you should see that it's starting to move according to the tracker. Okay? Because it's taking the information about the movement and applying that to the background. And if I then look at the merge here, let's see how that looks. So now it will lock the background to the background in the recording as well as it can do it. So you get the idea of what this looks like. So suddenly it's looking more believable, right? Because now the background is following the camera pan, and you might argue that things are further away, so they should move less, but it would probably not be what people would be focusing on anyway, so it's easier to get away with. Also, this way you'd be able to go in and blur your background. So go in here and add a blur, and then just say I just want this to be slightly out of focus, like so. Let's just make this go on here and just close all of the windows except for the blur one. Yeah, so I can choose how much out of focus the background should be. There we go. And then play back. And we are almost done. And I'm still getting my reflections and stuff here, so it's good. Okay. Yep. So that's it. I will stop the recording and